If you like this video, smash that like button. Hey.
I know, I said
smash, smash. You can smash the like button.
We have the same mind. It didn't work.
Our mind was not one.
I know. We need to work on that.
Next time. Next time.
1, 2, 3. Smash that. You get the point.
Just kidding.
Jen and DJ here with ACHV PEAK, and in today's video,
ACHV PEAK goes keto.
Today we're going to talk about what keto is, why we're going keto, and some do's and don'ts that we're going to follow. Plus, some awesome resources.
Super awesome resources.
So
if you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. And if you're looking to go keto, check out this mini series that we are doing right now.
So let's get started and explain to us what keto is.
So the ketogenic diet, which is keto for short, is essentially a low carbohydrate, high fat diet, and it essentially utilizes your stored body fats as energy instead of utilizing blood sugars. And so the ketogenic diet, like a basic macro breakdown, is going to be roughly 55 to 60% fats, 30 to 35% proteins, and then 5 to 10% carbohydrates. And typically, no matter what, you're going to try to keep carbohydrates under 20 grams of carbohydrates per day. So that is kind of a very high level overview or understanding of the ketogenic diet. Okay,
awesome. So why are we going keto?
So we are going keto as part of this series and a set of multiple series that we want to do on different types of diets or nutritional protocols, if you will. And so we wanted to start with keto because it transitions really nicely into the next series that we're doing, which is carb cycling. Because keto, as I stated before, when you become fat adapted, like you will be when you go keto, during carb cycling, you alternate days of low carb and then high carb. And the way we do carb cycling is we actually do like anywhere from 4 to 5 days of low carb plus low calorie. And if our bodies are already fat adapted, then it helps us tremendously during those days to burn excess body fat as well as provide the energy needed when we are in a calorie deficit as well as in a carbohydrate deficit. And so those are kind of the two main reasons for this series, and then for carb cycling to help us optimize carb cycling.
Nice. So you kind of explained a little bit about what our personal game plan is, but maybe you can pinpoint a few more things of what we're going to do these next few weeks.
Yeah, so I would say one of the biggest things that we're going to do is we're going to have everything kind of already ready, which we're actually already on, what, day 3 or 4?
Day 4.
Day 4, and so we've kind of already planned out everything. We didn't just go into this all willy-nilly. We're also going to be doing more lower intensity workouts, so we're not going to be performing the high intensity workouts you might see on our workout channel.
At least at the beginning.
Yeah, at the beginning. That's a good thing to be stated, is at the beginning, because when you're getting fat adapted, your body's trying to make this transition from utilizing sugars to utilizing fats, and so you're going to kind of have this dip in energy levels. And we want to be prepared with it for it, especially since we have 2 kids that can definitely drive you nuts, even when you're at your best. And so we're going to kind of tone back our intensity on training, focus on more lower intensity, steady state type training, so we can still get our workouts in, but also kind of help us ease into keto or fat adaptations.
Definitely. Let me see. Any other things? I feel like I need a microphone.
Yeah.
What else, DJ? What other things?
Right. I think also we're going to be, to help with the energy, we're going to be supplementing with exogenous ketones.
That's right.
We get our exogenous ketones through Perfect Keto, I believe it is.
Yes.
Yep. So those are great for, if you are trying to do your high intensity workouts, or you have a job that you really have to focus at. It takes a lot of mental power at your job. Exogenous ketones can be great for keeping your energy levels and focus up throughout the day. And so you just kind of take a few pills or powder whenever is necessary to kind of help boost your energy. And then I think also we're going to be getting plenty of sleep at first.
Lots of sleep, yes.
I think you should always get plenty of sleep, but definitely at first, because like I stated, you're going to be going through that transition, so you're probably not going to have a bunch of energy. You're going to feel fatigued, you're going to have headaches, you're going to feel foggy, you're going to have a brain fog at first. And one of the ways to kind of combat that is get plenty of rest. So that's kind of our...
Which you should always try to get plenty of rest. But if you're trying to go keto, definitely make sure to focus on that.
I can't really preach the whole get plenty of sleep because I'm the worst.
Okay, so to summarize, we're gonna focus on some non-high intensity workouts. You said plenty of sleep.
Yep.
You said whenever you do need some energy, maybe add in some exogenous ketones.
Yep.
And then we're gonna try
prepared.
to be doing definitely, and we were doing some low calorie days too at the beginning.
Yeah.
So that's our personal.
Yeah.
plan.
Oh, that's a good one. So part of our personal game plan. So some of these things aren't part of the do's and don'ts because they're not necessary. They're more of what our personal plan is, and so with that, we're going to be trying to get into ketosis really quick. And so our idea for that is to actually do some fasting to help kind of expend all of that glucose that we kind of have floating around, and that's also kind of that, along with the low intensity, trying to kind of balance them out to get that happy medium of not feel terrible, but also get into it as quick as possible. Because we've done keto before. We should start off with that. So that's kind of why we already know a good amount about it. Getting into it, we know what to expect. We did keto for right around 2 years before, and we pretty much moved away from keto because we decided to have some kids, and nursing moms or pregnant women should probably consult with their physician before going keto or staying in keto. And so we decided to get off of it because it really affected Jen's milk production. And so we kind of moved away from it because in our family it's kind of if one of us does it, we both do it, or don't do it, we both don't do it. So works easier that way. So we got away from it. Now we're getting back into it for a little bit. So
awesome.
should definitely state that at first.
Let's move on to our next topic. So what are some do's that you would say that we should focus on while transitioning to keto?
I would say one of the biggest do's is be prepared. Like I said earlier, you can't just, like, one day you're talking to a friend or somebody brings it up and they're like, oh yeah, man, I'm going keto. Yeah, I'm keto now, baby.
What's up?
It doesn't happen like that. It's difficult because you're more prone to go after what's most convenient to you when you're hungry. And so if you go look in your kitchen right now, it is much more convenient for you to grab a high carbohydrate option than it is a high fat option. And so you need to be prepared for that. You should consider looking up recipes, and then go to the grocery store and go shopping for some of those. Another great thing along with this is write down a list of your favorite foods and research, figure out what those keto alternatives are, and then cook those keto alternatives or eat those keto alternatives and decide if you like them. Because if you don't like the alternatives to your favorite foods in keto format, then you need to consider if keto is for you, or you can live without your favorite foods. For us, it works really easy because a lot of our favorite foods are already high fat, more low carbohydrates, and we really enjoy. To us, the alternative is no different than whatever the high carb option is. And so for us, it's not difficult to make that change. But for you, that's a big consideration you need to make. And so that's part of being prepared to actually start keto.
Yeah, for sure.
What else you think what do you think one of your biggest do's is?
Well, you did mention that we do it together. So I think that's finding a support group, finding a community. That definitely helps because if it's just one person and not the other, then it makes it a little tough with the food that you're cooking, with like dinners and lunch, and once you have that temptation too, it makes it really difficult to stick with it. So definitely try to find a support group, a Facebook community, just someone you can talk to, someone you can bounce recipes off of, just things like that to stay motivated and make sure you stay on track.
Yeah, so definitely like Facebook communities. There's some Reddit subgroups or subthreads in there that you can join that I know of. We'll put links to all this down in the description. Also, what else? What else? Oh, in our RB Combo program, actually, if you're a part of our RB Combo program, which is a resistance band workout program, it's 12 weeks. Inside of our private Facebook group that we have for it, there is plenty of people that we already know of, we've talked to before, that are on keto while doing our RB Combo program. So if you're part of that, you could also reach out to some people on that program, and now you guys kind of have two things in common: your workouts and your diets are the same, so that could be really helpful.
Yeah.
As well as we have an upcoming membership site that we're building, and we will have a whole keto topic section in there, and as well as other different diet sections, so you could connect with people, you know, if you're a part of our general workout community. Also, you can connect with people in there. And then another one that's more meal plan related, I guess, is Healthful Pursuit, I think is the gal's name. And
her website.
She does monthly keto meal plans, and so it's like a different meal plan constantly, so you're always getting ideas and new recipes. And she offers a private Facebook group as well. I think it's like 9,000 members deep. So that could be a fantastic community if you're looking for regular meal plans and something to kind of make keto a little bit more convenient. So those are kind of some community options right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
I think another do is well, I don't know how you would say that, but it would be not feeling restricted, because I think by definition the keto diet is a little bit limited, because like he said, it's like 5 to 10%, right?
Yeah.
Of your macronutrients. So to make sure that, like you mentioned, you find alternatives and substitutes for meals that you really enjoy that maybe have the way they're traditionally made has a lot of carbs. Definitely find something, because you don't want to feel like you're on a diet. You want to feel like you can eat whatever you want. You just have to find that substitute that you can replace to still enjoy your food. Totally. You don't want to feel like this is too limiting, or this is too hard, or this is too tough. You want to make it a little more convenient for yourself and make sure that you still enjoy what you're eating every day.
Yeah.
So be open-minded to these different flavors, to new ingredients, to new like spices. But yeah, definitely don't feel limited, and find something that you enjoy.
Yeah, we honestly keep like keto cheesecake in the fridge at all times.
He has a major sweet tooth. So, but just know that there are desserts.
There's plenty of good ones.
You can, make. Just look through your recipe books or Pinterest, or
we'll put some links to recipes and websites that we really enjoy, that we've used for years. Even when we're not on keto, when we just don't want to have high carb junk food, we go for a keto option because we know it's just better. It's more satisfying. It's not as bad. It's not bad for you. And so we do that to begin with, and we don't feel restricted either way.
Definitely.
I think also track your carbs at first. When you're just getting started, it's so easy to eat way more carbs than you expect, because you're not used to looking at a nutrition label and understanding how many carbs are in things, like a per serving basis. So if you're kind of tracking that, the reason I say just carbs is because it's something you can do mentally without having to actually write it down all day. Each meal you can just say, okay, this meal is 5 carbs, this meal is 8 carbs, or whatever. And so you can do that math really easy all day long. When you start tracking everything, you're going to need an app like MyFitPal or something else. And so, but track your carbohydrates at first, so you begin to understand and you get accustomed to how many carbohydrates are in each type of food.
Yeah.
I mean, now after, 10, 15 years of tracking macronutrients for different diets and different purposes, I can like almost recite food labels, just sit here all day. But it makes it easier. So you don't have to do it forever, but you need to get a sense of it at first so you understand where you're going, because if not, you're going to be consuming lots of fats and then lots of carbs, and that's not a good thing at first, right? And so I typically tell people, you can have fats and proteins, or you can have carbs and proteins, but when you add carbs and fats together, that's no bueno.
Definitely, that's true. And you kind of get used to reading some labels too, because I don't think normally you like really look at something and make sure and find out what's in it.
For sure.
But it's not a bad thing to do overall. So that's a good point.
Can we go over temptations? Temptations are the big one.
No, yeah.
So
talk about that.
Yeah, so temptation. So not so much in your house. You should obviously have a plan for in your house, but it's more important when you go outside of your house. If you're going to a work event or a family member's house. For me, I go play golf a couple times a week, and so it's really important for me to have some type of keto option available when I go golfing, because you're out there for 4 hours and you're playing around, you're gonna get hungry. So I carry little keto cookies or like a mixed nut pack or some type of keto food. It might be whole food sometimes it might be a packaged good. And then on the turn, if I want to stop in the snack shack or the restaurant, I will typically get like a bratwurst. Or if we're really sitting in the restaurant, I'll get like chicken wings. And so I'll get a bratwurst and say, hey, just hold the bun. I don't even want the bun. I'll just take the brat, and then I'll just put the condiments on it that I want. And so I already have a game plan going in. I already have snacks to avoid temptation, because if I don't have those and I'm hungry, I got weak willpower, I'm gonna be honest. And so I'm gonna go for something, maybe a Snickers or whatever is sitting right there that's available. I'm like, oh yeah, give me that. And I don't want to do that. And so the easiest way is to just avoid the temptation, not have to think about it, have my snacks with me, and avoid those temptations altogether and not rely on willpower.
Yeah, definitely. I guess that's part of being prepared too. Make sure, especially at the beginning, because it's a lot tougher to say no to yourself constantly at the beginning when you're drained, when you don't have too much energy, when your body's transitioning. Yeah, so definitely at the beginning, try to make it as convenient as possible for yourself, just so that you can succeed in this diet. Especially if you're trying to make it a lifestyle change and not just, which is what you should do and shouldn't be thought of as temporary. So make it as easy for yourself as possible.
Yep. Totally.
Yeah. So on that note, should we move on to some don'ts?
I think so.
All right, what are some don'ts?
I would say don't go in unprepared. This cannot be stated enough. You've already heard us talk about our game plan being prepared. A certain do is be prepared for temptations and all that. Do not go into keto unprepared. It's not going to work out. Like you were just stating, your energy, physical energy and mental energy is already going to be drained at the beginning of this. So you don't want to go in unprepared and not have, little snacks or whole foods that are convenient for you. So be prepared. Plan a week or two ahead. Go to the grocery store. Once you get your keto foods into your house, then you can start subtracting all the high carb stuff, and everything. And so definitely be prepared. Don't be unprepared.
Yes, definitely.
So,
and also try to eat bigger meals, because with the keto diet, there is a lot more fat in your meals, so you can eat a little bit more and stay satisfied for a lot longer. So you don't have to eat every 2 hours like traditional standard American diet is. So
focus more on if you're really hungry.
On your body, on how you feel, on if you're just going through the motions of having breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Plus your snacks in between. Try to just think, am I really hungry? Ask yourself, are you maybe just thirsty? Because that should probably be another do. I get so thirsty at the beginning. So have lots of water. Make sure you think about that stuff and really try to focus on if you are hungry, so you don't have to snack and eat a lot of small things throughout the day.
Yeah.
Because
so we're going to turn this whole video into a longer form blog post that will have even more do's and don'ts to kind of help you out. So we'll put a link to that so you can be sure, because I'm sure we could come up with at least 100 do's and don'ts to help you be prepared.
These are things that we're following, things that we
think these are the big ones.
Yeah, some main bullet points. But for everyone, there could be other things involved. So
I also think for the don'ts is don't see keto as a short-term fix to a long-term problem. So, if you're 20, 40, 100 pounds overweight or even more, your current diet is what got you to where you are. Going on keto for 8 or 12 weeks and then losing, 40, 50 pounds, is great, but if you get off of it and go back to what you were doing before, now you're just on this roller coaster of ups and downs of weight, and then you're just going to give up sooner or later, right? And so you're not really going to do anything. You're doing more damage by doing that than just doing nothing, in my opinion. And so see keto as a long-term solution. And you know, it could just be the beginning of that long-term solution. So maybe you do just start out on a more strict keto diet, but then as you begin to get more accustomed to it and lose the weight that you want, you can slowly add back in maybe a few more carbs and do potentially like a cyclical ketogenic diet where you have maybe one carb meal a day or a week, or one day a week where you have higher carbs. You could also do more of like a slow carb diet where you're focusing on more complex carbs. There's different things that you can do. You could even just do a normal low carb diet. Maybe try to stay under 80 carbs a day. And so it's a little bit more relaxed, but don't just try to do keto for 8 to 12 weeks or whatever it might be. Get your results and then get back off of it and go back to what you were doing. Have a game plan for what's next. Is keto the absolute long term, I'm going to do this, it's a complete lifestyle change that you plan to stick with? Or is it, maybe it is a 12-week, but after that, what are you going to do? And so you need to have some type of long-term solution in place with it, not just some short, time to help you lose weight. It's not, it shouldn't be seen like that.
Yeah, that's a big one. Definitely. And if you do, mess up, or if you do have something that, you probably shouldn't have, don't be tough on yourself. I mean, be patient with yourself. It is pretty tough at the beginning to transition, but don't quit. Don't stress it too much. Just move forward, figure out why. Maybe next time you have to be a little more prepared, or maybe now for next time what eating options you have available, or just know what's going on. So don't be so tough on yourself. It'll work out.
have some compassion and empathy for yourself.
Because we're so tough on each other. Yeah. All the time. Well, not on each other. I feel like as an individual, you become so tough on yourself. You want to explain that a little more? No, I'm just kidding. He's so tough on me.
What are you trying to say?
I'm so tough on him. No, as an individual, you're so tough on yourself. So don't stress it.
Yeah. If you make a mistake, you have a setback, acknowledge it, understand why you did it. You put some plans in place to prevent it again, and then move on. Don't have, let a bad Friday night, maybe you're out having a drink or two and, you eat something you shouldn't have or whatever. Don't let that turn into a whole weekend binge, which then turns into a whole week binge, because I know you've done that. I've done that plenty of times. So don't let that happen, just acknowledge it and then move on. Get back on track.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. And we should say, don't choose a time that's really busy for yourself. Definitely make sure that you choose a good solid maybe month where you can focus on this, and you don't have to focus all of your energies on maybe some important business work week or something that you have going on, or family events, or
try to start keto at a boring time in your life. Not 2 days before Christmas or the week before Thanksgiving. Because you are setting yourself up for failure at that point.
Yeah, I think that's a big one, because you want to not set yourself up for failure. So make sure you focus on choosing the right time frame.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it can be tough.
So true. So true. All right, so now it's time for super awesome resources. Okay, so for the resources, we actually have a ton of them. We're going to mention a couple of them here. We'll put links to the description to as many as we can. And then on our blog post on our website, we will also put even more. So a couple of them, the big ones that we think should be talked about on the video. Definitely like ruled.me for recipes. They've been fantastic.
They have awesome pizza, desserts.
Oh man, that's where we get so many of our ideas from.
Cool stuff.
One of my favorite is the Brussels sprouts au gratin that they had. Remember? We used to make those all the time. We're going to have to get back to that.
And the cauliflower mac and cheese.
Our brother-in-law is nuts for the cauliflower mac and cheese.
Yeah, there's tons.
Is Jenny going to make the cauliflower mac and cheese? I'm not coming unless she does. Okay. Just kidding, Ryan. We love you. Also, Healthful Pursuit with the meal plans. And the monthly membership subscription for that, and the private Facebook group is fantastic. Keto Perfect with the or Perfect Keto. I always get it mixed up.
Keto Perfect Keto.
Something like that. For exogenous ketones, they also have cookies, snack bars. They have all kinds of stuff. We'll put a link to them. We actually have a discount code from them that we can give you to get you a nice little discount there. What else? The Keto Box and Keto Crate are monthly membership keto boxes where you get goodies sent to you. We have a video coming out, or it's probably already out by the time you're watching this, doing a little comparison of the two, showing you what you get each month, what the cost was, and different things like that. And those are even kid approved. Cash went nuts over them. So those are two. What else? We'll post to any couple Facebook groups that we found, subthreads on Reddit, and I'm sure
they just have tons of resources nowadays.
As well as keto calculators for your macros,
so you can figure that
to
out.
help you figure that out. That's a big one. And then we'll probably try to find. I know we have some keto meal plans, but those are typically part of our paid programs. We'll try to come up with one that is free for you guys, maybe a 7 or 14 day free keto meal plan from us. And we will also link to other people that have meal plans that we believe would be really good and hopefully easy to follow. Because that's the biggest thing with the meal plans sometimes, is that they're not always the easiest for you to follow. So we'll try to find some for you and put those in the description as well, and as well as other ones. We're gonna find a bunch of other ones. We already know a bunch of other ones. I just can't think of them all.
We'll try to post an update too if you guys are interested to see some results. Yeah,
so this is going to be a mini series that we're going to do. It's probably going to be 5 to 6 videos in total. Every couple of weeks we're going to update on progress, and then it'll be kind of some personal stuff on us as well as other helpful resources and things we found during our 8-week keto journey, or however long it is. The time frame kind of keeps changing. I think we're stuck on 8 weeks. We're going to do 8 weeks.
I think so.
I said 4 to 6 in the beginning, but it's 8 weeks. We're going to do 8 weeks. We're committed to 8.
Now we have to.
And so it's going to be a recurring thing for a little bit on this nutrition series that we have, different little mini series coming up. So be sure to check those out. So if you like this video, smash that like button. Hey.
I know, I said
smash. Smash. You can smash the like button.
You gotta have the same mind. It didn't work.
Our mind was not one.
I know. We need to work on that.
Next time.
Again, 1, 2, 3. Smash that. You get the point.
Just kidding. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel and be sure to check out our ketogenic mini series that we are doing. See you guys.